Hi everyone, and welcome to this video. This is to explain to you the assignments in Module 3. If you want to go ahead and read Module 3 overview on your own, that would be great. I'll go ahead and explain the rest of these assignments to you. So let's take it first to look at cooperative learning. With this, this section explains cooperative learning in full. And you want to make sure that you read this explanation along with this teacher vision article. And this teacher vision article actually has quite a bit on some information of what you need to do and instruction, assessment, grouping, all of that. So this has information on cooperative learning. And with this, as you read them, just to make sure, I would go ahead and be taking notes with this because this will help you with the assignment in the end here. So make sure you understand the cooperative learning in full. The next type of strategy in learning is problem-based learning. And this is a really good type of learning to use for cross-disciplinary projects. So that's something where you can take science and reading in together. You can use it in other places as well, like social studies and language arts. There's many different ways you can connect math to all of these as well with science and with social studies and with language arts. So this is where you want to use those cross-disciplinary projects. And with this, you use these problem-based learning strategy to help students solve real-world problems. So that's where you get that whole, well, what am I ever going to use this for? This can actually help students with that. And it also helps with communication skills. So this is a source for your problem-based learning. So you want to take a look at that, and you want to go ahead and, if I was you, I would take notes with this to make sure that you're well aware of what's going on there. And then this is an activity that is using problem-based learning. It's a really neat one. It's for 7th graders. So we'll get this all loaded up here. And there's a video on this, and then it goes through and it talks about all the objectives, the standards, and the materials and all that. It does a lot of really neat things. So you want to take a look at that as well. And then here is look at subject-based learning activity compared to problem-based learning activity. And I think that will help you understand the two as well. Okay, let's go on here. Okay, and then what the heck is inquiry-based learning? This is our third one we're going to look into. This is sort of like the ones we used with the wolves. So what this is all about getting students curious and get them interested in the subject and go ahead and get them involved in their learning. So if you look at this, it transfers some responsibilities from teachers to students. The most important thing it does is it engages students as well. So as you go ahead and read through this, continue to take those notes and then look at the 4 steps of inquiry-based learning. And hopefully you remember some of this type of thing from the wolves. And this gives you some science example. And as you scroll down, you look at some different ones here, and there's some really good ones there as well. And then also here's an English one. And this shows how you can do this in an English classroom. So if you take a look at this inquiry type of thing here, some really good ideas. You can about bring it down to any level. So that's really good. So for this one, this is a 2-part assignment. You need to post your initial post by Wednesday, and then your final post is due on Saturday. So that will have only one due date, and that's because we can only assign one due date to an assignment. So for this one, what you're going to do is you're going to choose a specific content idea and mesh it with one of those particular teaching strategies. So think of something that you're very interested in science and how you would take that topic and how would you mesh that with one of those teaching strategies that was presented. And then you want to give us that rationale with it of why would you choose that particular strategy to go with that specific content. So first put your initial post on Wednesday and then reply to 2 other people by Saturday at midnight. Okay, and then the last one, and this is why I asked to have you guys take notes on all those different things. We will go over this in class, but it's a good idea to have some things prepared. So once you're in class, you can be ready to finalize that assignment and really understand what classmates are talking about and get involved in the discussion, which we'll be doing quite a bit of. So what we're going to do is I'd like you to think of a topic that you would like to teach, and this is going to in this assignment, don't think of it as a real in-depth one. Think of it more as like just the basics of it. So you're going to come up with your topic that you would like to teach. So think of that information or that certain content matter in science that you would like to teach the most, that you're most interested in. And then you're going to discuss with us how you're going to do that direct instruction to students. Okay. And then tell us what it would look like if you taught this topic with this type of direct instruction in collaborative learning, and then again in problem-based learning, and finally in inquiry-based learning. So, and as it is, you need to have up at least one paragraph for each one of these types of items. Please do not worry that it has to be in this type of format with these blocks and that type of thing. That's not what I'm looking for at all. It just wants to be something that it doesn't have to be in an exact lesson plan format, because that's not it either. Just so your information is well labeled, so it's easy to tell what is the topic, what is your direct instruction, and what it's going to look like in that type of learning environment. And that is it for week 3. I look forward to class, and I look forward to any questions you might have.